Tonight, safety advocates joined forces for Fatality-Free Friday. Resource leaders share knowledge about high-risk environments, concerns about kids and digital addiction, and Mackay's newest door-to-door service.
This is 7 News with Brough.
Good evening. Thanks very much for joining us. Road safety advocates have banded together in a desperate plea to drivers to help tackle the rising road toll. Today is Fatality-Free Friday, but police say motorists should always remember to put safety first.
1,273 photos are hanging on this wall. Each one represents a life lost on Australian roads in 2023. A confronting display to spread an important message for Fatality-Free Friday.
Road trauma is the biggest killer of Australian children aged between 1 and 14.
Yesterday, another tragic day on Queensland roads. 54-year-old Stephen Wheeler and his mother and father in their 80s never made it to their destination.
Between 5 and 6 Australians will be killed on Australian roads every single Friday. So if we can try and improve that, have one Fatality-Free Friday, we hope it's a stepping stone to ultimately a fatality-free future.
For every person killed on the roads, 40 more are injured, like crash survivor Dinesh Palapana.
I haven't been able to use my fingers, I haven't been able to walk, and the impact on my life, I feel every single day.
Their stories are a stark reminder the key to a fatality-free future is in our hands.
When you're speeding, you've got less time to perceive, less time to react, and less time to actually get yourself out of a situation.
Inside a car, sometimes we think that we're invincible, but really, we're not.
Tiani Reid, 7 News.
Well, Sunday police are investigating after a man in his 70s was assaulted in Airlie Beach early this morning. Emergency crews were called to a park on the Esplanade around 3 o'clock after reports a man had been attacked by an unknown person. He was taken to Proserpine Hospital with serious injuries. Police are urging witnesses or anyone with information to come forward. Resource leaders and a league boss have shared knowledge about safety and how it impacts the front line. They met at a resource industry conference with this year's theme, the why of safety.
Whether it's in the mines or on the field, these professionals share a common goal when it comes to working in high-risk environments.
We're trying to keep our athletes on the field week to week, and in the workplace they're trying to keep their workforce healthy and safe and productive.
Cowboys head of performance Paul Bowman was a guest speaker at the Resource Industry Network's annual safety conference, sharing what elite sport can teach the industry about safety on the front line.
It doesn't matter what shirt you wear, what we're trying to do is protect people.
Prompting more than 200 people to think about safety as less of a procedure, but as a mindset.
How do we continue to take people on that journey and educate and uplift people's skills to think about safety as that continuum?
The key focus to improve mental health and well-being and prevent fatigue and injury.
Safety Day is our opportunity as a community to come together and work collaboratively to protect our people no matter where they work or what they're from, and extend, as we've talked about this morning, into our families at home.
And bring outside knowledge to the regions.
And make it really affordable for businesses to be able to see these top-line speakers and really get on ideas on how to promote safety back within their organisations.
Georgia Backledge, 7 News.
Using social media may seem harmless, and it can be, but an American computer scientist says overuse can be as bad as heroin and cocaine addiction. Brad Huddleston has joined Queensland Police touring the state to warn about the dangers of digital addiction.
It's the modern way to communicate. But US researcher and author Brad Huddleston says children are quickly becoming addicted to their devices.
We're seeing the problems with digital addiction increase all over the world. The brain scans are showing identical addiction as those who would be addicted to cocaine and heroin.
He's teamed with Queensland Police to help warn about dangers of increased online exposure.
While the good is there, we have unintended consequences in the form of ADHD, suicidal ideation, depression, anxiety disorders.
There is an increase in bullying complaints coming through to QPS, violent outbursts as well from children from excessive use of digital devices and social media.
He's hoping his contribution will make a big difference.
This is my first country of 4 on this tour, so I've been very busy. This is school number 18.
Children have been engaging so well and asking really important questions.
Spreading the message before it's too late.
He's doing amazing work and just, providing education to children on how to, monitor their own usage as well.
Had a huge shift away from what we call the analog world, which is actually healthy for the brain, into the digital world, and so we need to balance that out.
Savannah Burke, 7 News.
Do you have a neighbour who loves lending a hand, or maybe know a local business that's always willing to fund a community project? Well, now there's a way to thank them by nominating them for this year's 7 News Queensland Community Achievement Awards. There are 8 awards up for grabs, with the full details of each category available online. Nominations close on Wednesday, August 15. Our Regent seniors are about to get some extra help from a couple who say, we're family when family can't be there. Driving Miss Daisy is Mackay's new door-to-door service, getting the elderly out and about when they need a lift.
For North Mackay resident Connie Smith, going out to get groceries isn't as easy as it used to be.
I did it myself while I was driving, but I don't drive now, of course.
Driving Miss Daisy does.
Oh, it was a big help. I wouldn't have been able to manage without it, really.
It's Mackay's new door-to-door service helping seniors with everyday tasks.
There is a need for assisting the elderly and people on NDIS, helping them get their independence back, getting them back out into the community.
From grocery shopping to medical appointments, Miss Daisy does it all.
We can pick them up, transport them to the movies, stay with them while the movies are on, transport them back home.
Passionate to give back to the community, Simon and Jenny Robinson offer their service anywhere in Mackay.
Had all the values that we've got, and it was just exactly the service that I wanted to provide.
I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate it and benefit by it.
Following a simple philosophy along the way.
We're family when family can't be here.
For bookings and more information, call 1-800-DAISY or visit www.drivingmissdaisy.com.au. Savannah Burke, 7 News.
Yeah, what a wonderful service. We'll take a break in a moment. A new tool to predict the risk of disease to corals on the reef. And Olympic legends setting the pace for the Mackay Marina Run.
Mackay turns to 7 News to keep up to date on local issues. And we want you to be part of it. If there's something happening in your street, your suburb, we want to know about it. Send us a message or drop us an email.
Yeah, pleased to be part of it, and nice having you with us here on 7. New technology is taking the guesswork out of reef conservation. It's predicting the risk of diseases impacting coral 12 weeks in advance, so researchers can step in and stop outbreaks before they happen.
What looks like a simple map has the capacity to predict the future.
We've developed a coral disease outbreak prediction tool.
Professor Heron has developed the multi-factor coral disease risk tool, along with scientists from the United States. With a click of a button, you can see what the reef health looks like now and what it will look like in 4, 8 or even 12 weeks' time.
So there's 2 key types of coral disease that we've focused on, white syndromes and growth anomalies.
It's hoped the new technology will inform government decisions and also help those who rely on the reef, like tourism operators or First Nations custodians.
The more we can understand about threats, the better we can help people and their use of reefs.
While this program will aid in reef conservation, Professor Heron says the only real way to save our reef is to stop climate change.
It's also critical to remember that we need to do all we can to minimise the multiple threats and stresses that affect our reefs. Climate change is the biggest of those, and we must act quickly.
Sophie McManus, 7 News.
Bargain hunters beware. Vinnie's is hosting its annual 50% off sale but not for long. Op shoppers can expect to find unique homewares, vintage clothes and one-of-a-kind treasures, raising funds for vulnerable Queenslanders.
We give something back to our customers who are so loyal to us throughout the year, and more people than ever are in need at the moment.
Yeah, be quick, the sale ends tomorrow. Mackay's Marina Run hasn't even started, but the event has already raised record donations for the Leukemia Foundation. 2 Olympic legends will be setting the pace on Sunday, and everyone's being encouraged to get involved.
Spreading some important messages.
It doesn't matter where you grow up, it matters how you apply yourself and how hard you work.
Keep being active and advocating for how good running is for mental health and well-being.
Olympic marathon runner and world record holder Krishna Stanton will set the pace in the half marathon at Mackay's Marina Run on Sunday.
I have nieces who live here, so it's a double bonus for me to be part of the run and try and encourage young people in the schools we're visiting.
Fellow Olympian Benita Willis is an ambassador.
It's just about getting the community involved and getting people interested in fitness and having goals to work towards.
Now, in its 16th year, the event is one of the most popular on the Sugar City calendar.
Probably get to about between 3,600 and 3,700. Big increase on previous years.
The half marathon and 10-kilometre race are already sold out.
We're putting ourselves on the map, I think. We've got people coming from every state in Australia. They like to come, I think, for the weather this time of year. Why would you be in Melbourne when you could be here?
Funds raised go towards helping people with blood cancer.
We raise money for the Leukemia Foundation, and it particularly supports local families. Actually, we've had record donations as well to the Leukemia Foundation. Everything's a record this year.
Savannah Burke, 7 News.
Yeah, the community is certainly engaged. Have a great day on Sunday, eh?
Good to see you in your Batman costume too, running out there, Broughy. Do it again.
Miss me, eh? Yeah. Big game for the Magpies FC in Townsville, Nathan.
Yeah, look, Broughy, the soccer side, could be just 90 minutes away from making the quarterfinals of the Queensland Kappa Cup. More on that next. Plus all the latest Origin news and the fan favourite forward on track to be a Cowboy for life.
Stream 7 News anywhere, anytime, live and on demand on 7plus. And with 7news.com.au, you'll know the news now.
And welcome back. Well, the North Queensland Cowboys have announced their second signing of the week, and this time it's one of their longest-serving current players. Forward Cohen Hess has put pen to paper on a 3-year contract extension running through the end of 2027.
Cohen could be a Cowboy for life.
He can find the try line, Cohen Hess.
The homegrown prop has inked a new 3-year extension that will see him in the blue and grey until at least 2027, 12 years after he first debuted for the club. The now 27-year-old is currently rehabbing an ACL reconstruction, but is expected to be fully fit by next year's pre-season. Meanwhile, his teammates have touched down in Sydney, ready to rip into the Roosters. It will be Harry Edwards' second game saddling up as a Cowboy.
Pretty excited to get out there with all the boys, and I'm just basically looking at hard work and let's try and really help on the defensive end of this.
And he's got unfinished business with the Chooks. His last game as a Bulldog was against the Tricolours.
It wasn't a great game against the Roosters last time, so definitely take 2 with it all. But I'm looking forward to it, and I think they're a quality outfit. Like whoever's there, they're a quality club.
And fresh off his re-signing news, Tom McKaylee wants to repay the club's faith in him with his actions.
I've just got to keep working hard. Now that's all sorted, it doesn't change the fact that I just got to keep working hard. Train hard and trying to get better.
Kick-off is 4:05 p.m. on Sunday. Emma Halliday, 7 News.
Sticking with the league, and the Queensland women's side have entered their own camp down on the Gold Coast to prepare for Thursday night's second Women's Origin game against New South Wales in Newcastle. Cowboys players Emma Manzelmann and Mackenzie Wheel have been named to come off the bench once again in a match the Maroons must win to level the series.
And we've just got to come into this game and treat it as that. We need to win this game. So the girls are
they're fully aware of the situation that we're in at the moment, so they're looking forward to it.
Now, the Sky Blues won that opening game in front of a record women's crowd at Suncorp Stadium, and that's set to be broken with a sellout crowd in Newcastle.
The fact that we're selling out women's rugby league matches is, gives me goosebumps. It's exciting times, and I get emotional about it because it's come so far.
And Game 3 will be played in Townsville late next month. We saw it with Cohen Hess at the Cowboys, and now Mackay's Lauren Bella has extended her stay with the Gold Coast Suns for another 3 seasons. The new contract takes her through the end of the 2027 AFLW season and become the club's first 50-game player.
I mean, that'll be a massive milestone for me, something I'll be really, really proud of as well, just knowing where I came from.
And Bella will also be coming back home, with the Suns confirming another game at the Great Barrier Reef Arena. That will be September 8 against Carlton. Switching to Mackay Rugby, and Brothers coach Nathan Kelly is looking for a big response from his team this weekend when they face Bowen. The Brethren's coming off a 45-5 loss last weekend against Moranbah, and the coach wants to see 100% effort from his team for the full 80 minutes.
What we have to take to them is giving our best effort for them. Last time we played them, we were a bit inconsistent in our application.
In the other games, Proserpine hosts Slade Point, but the Bulls will now have the weekend off following the withdrawal of the Barbarians. Magpies FC are one win from booking a quarter-final berth in soccer's Queensland Cup, but standing in their way are the Southside Comets from Cairns in a showdown to be named regional champions.
The Magpies will make the trip to Townsville tomorrow, with regional Queensland supremacy on the line.
They seem like an extremely strong team. They play really well through the middle of the park. They're fast, they're fit. They've got a really good goalkeeper.
And that team are the Southside Comets from Cairns, who booked their spot with a penalty shootout win in round 5.
First time we've ever versed them, so no real history there, but especially what we've watched, we sort of try and they're definitely eager with it, same as us as well.
And Magpies coach Theo Trianta will be looking for a 90-minute performance from his side to get the job done.
Good teams are consistent, and until we find our balance and our rhythm and learn to stay consistent.
The winner will then move on to the quarterfinals, where Olympic FC will be waiting.
The boys are feeling relaxed, they're feeling really excited and ready for a big game on Saturday night.
We really want to get to that stage, but yeah, so we're putting so much effort into trainings and just watching the game as well. And it will be a good opportunity for a local club to get into the round of 32.
Kickoff is 6 p.m. at Paradise Park in Townsville. Connor Marcellus, 7 News.
Queensland Cup game tomorrow, 2 big Queensland Origin games next week. Love it, Brough. It's going to be
Great
fantastic.
week, mate. Yeah, lovely, Nate. Have a look at the weather for the weekend with Liv coming up right after the break.
Hello there, Livio Regano with tonight's weather. Showers are beginning to clear the tropics, but in the south they're doing just the opposite. A wave of modest but steady rain is already affecting the Darling Downs and should reach southern coastal areas by tomorrow afternoon, clearing on Sunday with a sunny southwesterly change to herald the start of winter. 25 degrees the top in Mackay today after a low this morning of 17. Proserpine got to 27 and Claremont 28. At 3 p.m, our local hygrometer reading at the airport was 72%. To the satellite loop, we'll start with the tropics first. Most of the showers have contracted north to the Cassary and Daintree coasts, a little bit around Cairns, nothing left around the Herbert Burdekin, and very little around the Central Coast and Whitsundays as well. However, this next big band of sheet cloud is now quickly moving in from the west. It's already started raining over the Downs, just light stuff in the Central Highlands, and tomorrow, probably through afternoon, it'll reach coastal parts in the form of moderate rain. Today's chart, on the surface we have a cold front connected to a trough, and remember there's an upper level system as well, and that's generating that big band of sheet cloud. In the tropics, isobars have pulled apart, so the winds are lighter and consequently the showers are starting to clear. Tomorrow's chart, the trough and frontal system moves into southeast Queensland, pole position for an afternoon of rain. It'll start earlier, of course, inland and probably reach the central southern coast later. And then on the outlook chart, that system moves offshore as a low spins up off the New South Wales coast. A dry, cool southwesterly change comes through for Sunday, Monday. Now the latest from BOM. Boating forecast for Mackay waters, light variables, winds tomorrow under 10 knots with seas less than a metre. On Sunday, a southerly change, 10 to 15 knots, and then Monday turning a bit more southeasterly. Neap tides again tomorrow. It's the half moon, so there isn't much swing in the tide. The water will be lowest around late morning lunchtime and highest late evening. Now the central coast and Whitsundays, a slight chance of a shower only tomorrow. Mackay 18 tonight, 25 degrees tomorrow. Bowen and Proserpine 27. Central Highlands and Coalfields cloudy with showers and maybe a storm. Emerald at 17 to 24 degrees. Claremont also 24. Moranbah 25. Looking ahead for Mackay, cooler, drier southerlies on Monday should give way to moisture-laden winds from the ocean by midweek, restoring cloud cover and raising nighttime temperatures once again. And that's it for this week, Folkaronis. Pleasure to have your company as always, and thanks for watching 7 Local Weather. I'll be back on Monday with the next instalment. Hope you can join me. Now it's back to the team.
Yeah, wonderful, Liv. Good on you, mate. That wraps it up. Have a good weekend, won't you? We'll see you back on Monday night. From the team, take care. Good night.